start. So tell me what you thought about the shirt.
I don't love the material.
Okay.
I think you would sweat quite a bit out there.
Kind of seems like it would shrink after washing as well, just kind of has that cotton.
Even the arms already look a little shrinky. Is that a word?
Shrinky's a real word, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a word.
So when you say it looks like you sweat a lot, does it look too heavy to you? Is that what it is?
Just the material itself, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like the dense cotton where the other, you know, the blends, they're a little more common.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to have that element to it. And not a whole lot of stretch to it either, which is something kind of nice in the other, you know, golf with.
Who's shirt number 2? Jamie?
That's me.
Okay.
Comparatively, I found this much better quality material. It looks like very good construction with all the stitching, and it looks like it's all double seam and good buttons and everything. It's more, I guess, high-tech material, so I don't think you get the same sweat factor that Pete was talking about with number 1.
So lighter in your hand, sort of?
Definitely lighter. The only downside I find is that this material is very snaggy. Like even if you have rough fingers, you can feel it snagging on it. So
you're thinking that there might be a longevity problem.
exactly.
Yeah.
So this is one of those shirts you're going to wear it once or twice. You're going to, you know, brush past something and it's going to get a big tug in it.
I think it breathes the best.
Okay.
I like the light feel, but that's a good point. A couple of my shirts do have a snag in the gun.
Shirt number 3, Paul?
Yeah, this one's a little heavier construction
Yeah.
than the others, so I think it's going to be warmer, and I think it is that still that kind of material that is going to snag and pick,
Okay.
which, you know, is my big complaint with a lot of these nylon shirts, you know, or whatever fabrics, is that they don't really last. It's good. I don't think it's as high a style as the shirt number 2,
Okay.
but I think it's, you know, it's more of a heavyweight, maybe a fall golf shirt.
I just noticed it's very square cut. I mean, for someone who's, you know, a little slimmer, that, you know, something very square like that is, it's going to be all baggy around.
So it lacks some shape that you'd be looking for.
Yeah.
Sure. Number 4.
This is what number 4 looks like. I found it to be just your standard plain Jane golf shirt. No real great features of it. I got a couple of these at home. If there's something else in my closet that's clean, I'm gonna wear it as opposed to this one. I find that these collars, there's a couple of shirts here, that after a few washes, you know, if you don't put it right on, or you know, they mess up the collar. It becomes like too short sometimes, like that. You know how that happens.
Is color
And I throw
important to
those
you?
out right away as soon
So
as
color is
that.
important to you.
Well, it has to sit properly, right? So when you wash them, you have to be careful how these ones. Whereas that lighter nylon material, they basically wrinkle free too, and you can just throw them on.
This is number 5. It's a little stretchier. I think I have a JL shirt. It's, I think, made out of the same material. It's okay and everything, but it wouldn't, you know, stock my closet fully with all this type of material. I prefer the more nylon type one.
Yeah, I would, if I wore this, I'd probably need like an Under Armour or something underneath, long sleeve with it, because I know for sure that if it's warm out, or even if it's cold out, like a lot of people, like myself too, like I sweat a fair bit, I would just put huge sweat marks in this. I can tell just by the fabric that it would definitely accentuate that.
Number 6.
So this is number 6. This one I find to be a very heavy shirt, and it feels like what the material is, but it feels like a heavy nylon or a heavy cotton. So I would tend to stay away from a shirt this heavy. And I think I might prefer the thinner shirts.
Is that because of wanting to? Is that a durability thing, or is that you're feeling you're going to be too hot?
It's, you know, I just think I'm going to be too hot in it, and I just don't like the weight of it.
Sure.
I much prefer a much lighter shirt.
Sure. Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I thought it was the worst shirt in the whole group. I can't stand it. I wouldn't wear it. It's the kind of shirt you get on you play a tournament and they give you the free giveaway one and you never wear it.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's the same material as the shirt that I
Yeah, I thought it was.
had before, and sometimes if it is a hot day and you get a little like sweat on your arms and whatnot, and you do your backswing and you can feel it pulling back on you sometimes. And I think that's that material.
So it wets out on you, so you're something that's,
Yeah, it feels great when it's dry, and then as soon as it gets a little wet, it restricts you even more.
Shirt number 7. My first impression was I hate stripes.
okay.
But having said that, I like the durability, I like the buttons, the collars seems to be, it doesn't look like it's going to roll too much, it looks well constructed.
So when you say stripes, do you mean like the
I
piping?
don't like stripes of any kind.
So any kind of decoration?
I'm a solid color guy.
Yeah.
This goofy little stripe here and this thing over here, there should be another one here and another one over here. Well, there is one there.
So fashion-wise, this is not Dean's choice.
No, but otherwise, I like this. It has the feel of durability, but it also has the lightness.
Sure.
And I think it's very fun.
Obviously, it's a, high style shirt, obviously, but, a lot of those high style shirts are not made for people of my shape.
I
They're,
disagree, Paul, but okay.
no, they're just like too short,
And it,
and that's the problem.
I thought of all the shirts, though, it was the best shirt in the room.
Okay.
So.
Is that a visual thing or a feel thing?
Well, again, I think the stripe gave away who it was, but that didn't even factor in. I just like the cut of it, like probably for the opposite reason
Yeah.
of what Paul said. I do find that a lot of the shirts can get bulky,
Yeah.
and this one would not. It would be more form-fitting.
Number 8?
Number 8, it's a fairly well-constructed shirt. It's got some nylon under the sleeve, which I like. It's a pinstripe, which I thought was nice in the sea of black. And
So
then
that tone, that idea of a tone
Yeah,
on
tone
tone,
on
is,
tone.
is it better to you visually than
Yep.
something flat? Okay, that's
and
great.
the knitted collar, I think makes it a pretty good shirt.
Anyone else have anything on 8?
I like the 8 a lot as well. I like the different texture, the toning as well.
Okay, so visual and the feel?
Yeah.
Anyone else on 8?
I also liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 9?
Yeah, and I quite liked the shirt. I think it was my favorite actually. There was different, a little bit of mesh in the back there. Like it's kind of a thinner collar, not too big or not too thick, I like the touch and the feel of it. There's details like under the arm, a little more mesh.
There's something to look at. It sounds
Yeah, I
like,
thought it was a little more style. I like the feeling and the style of it, so I think it was my favorite.
Have Matt start. You're going to go and pick 2 shirts, and you're going to put them in the order of which one you think is the most valuable, and then the least valuable. And then Bruce, you're going to go next, and you're going to pick another shirt, and you've got to get it in the order that you think it belongs after you see what Matt's done. We're going to continue to go around the room, and then everyone's going to get one chance to go move something. Couple thoughts on shirt number 1. Perception of quality, durability, what you liked?
For me, it's the material's a bit heavy.
Okay.
I really like a lighter shirt, just
Sure.
time of life.
Yeah.
Time of life.
That's
It's-
great.
honestly, I just find that, this is really heavy for me. I wouldn't buy something like this, to be honest. It would just be too heavy.
I agree. I don't like the fabric. It's too heavy and
Okay.
it's too coarse. And I'm not really fond of that kind of a collar. I like more of a stitched, say, material collar or something that complements
More
it.
like a self-called shirt?
Yeah, that kind of thing rather than.
I'm going to buck the trend a little bit.
Okay.
I like the cotton feel, but not the thickness.
Okay.
And I'm not a fan of the shiny polyester feeling fabric of
Yeah,
the
so
others.
the
Even though I know
matte.
that's an unfair statement
No.
that it's not polyester or
Yeah,
could
no,
be
that-
microfiber. I just,
You
I'm
prefer
not a fan
that?
of that.
For sure.
but I'm not a fan of the generous cut and the longer sleeve.
Sure.
I like the sleeker kinds of.
I agree. I found it too, I think the stretch is good, but I find the fabric heavy. I actually don't mind the generosity on the sleeve because of my swing, but I wouldn't buy it. It's too heavy.
Shirt number 2? Okay.
Yeah, I love the late. I'm not nuts about
sleeve, and I love the one button. I think that's very neat.
Yeah.
I like that.
I really like it, light fabric. I work out, I have big biceps for my size, so I like a longer sleeve, 'cause they're very feminine. But I like this too, because you could undo the button, put a little pearl and wear it with a really nice pair of jeans.
It is a lighter feel. Again, it's not my favorite type, but it feels quite lightweight. I love the sleeve. I do like the one button. It has a kind of dressier look to it. And yeah, of the other similar style fabrics,
I like this one. I think it's a really nice shirt. I do like longer sleeves to cover up the upper arms, you know, and that kind of thing. But sometimes I do get this, and I really like the shape of it too. Like it's got a nice shape.
Shirt number 3, not one of my favorites. I don't really like the feel of the material. It's, I think it would catch on things. Feels a little bit nylon.
Well, I like the stitching, and I don't like the collar. But I do like buttons like this, like that kind of thing. I just like that. And this is a sleeve that's sort of in between, and I'd like it either longer or shorter.
I don't like this fabric. I like the color, the collar and the stitching, but I don't like all these buttons. Sleeves are okay, could be a little shorter, and I do like the little side vent.
I wrote smooth, not sure if the material would breathe. I like the top stitching, and actually I thought there were sparkly buttons and I liked them.
I love this detail at the neck.
Which you just push the number down.
Number 4.
Number 4, okay.
And I love that it's tapered a little.
Some shade, the shape appeals to you.
Yeah. This was my favorite. I love the material, I love the stretch, I love the buttons, I love the taper. I love it.
Bucking the trend. I don't like it. I don't like the buttons, I don't like the feel. I do like the tapered cut, but it's just, I'm not a fan of that style.
Oh, I like it, I guess, except for the collar. I like the collars. Like these collars somehow, for me, I always get them so they either twist up or twist under, and they don't look flat.
To me, too many buttons, too long a placket.
Okay.
I do like the 2 colors of the placket. Again, the material feels like the collar should be different. Like it's a, if you want to say, a classier material, and this is a more casual type of collar.
I've got 5. I didn't like it to begin with when I first saw it up there. I am looking at it more, and I do like the cut of it. It does have a nice cut. It looks like it would be well fitted, so you'd have to make sure the size was correct. It has the darts for the bust, which is good. You don't see that too often. I do like that it has a lot of buttons down the front.
So you like that long
I do like it. I think I'm not sure how breathable it would be. You'd really have to size it correctly.
And number 6?
Number 6, I liked not having buttons actually, because it's just a nice cleanness of design. And the collar does match the rest of the shirt, so in material, and it just suits, it lies very nicely, so I liked that. It's a little boxy. I probably wouldn't choose it because I like it a little bit more fitted, and I prefer a little bit of design.
Okay, I got number 7, and I like this collar.
That's
the
a
way
soft
it
collar
fits,
that you're
right?
looking for,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the kind I like, and there's something nice about the bottom, but I just wouldn't buy this one.
Okay. Can you say why?
It needs a little zap of some kind, like it's very, very plain, and I like something like fancy buttons or nice stitching or something like that. That's
Visual interest you're looking for.
yes,
Yeah. Okay.
and this is just super plain.
Yeah. Okay. Even in an essential, that's good.
And I've seen this kind of shirt with this finish, but in really cheap lines of ordinary clothes.
Yeah.
So that kind of says, no, I don't really want.
Shirt number 8. I like the side vent. It's a little full, but otherwise I like the cut and the sleeves and I like there's a little pattern. I like the weight, but again, I'm not a fan of the fabric.
Yeah.
And I have a shirt that I wear for golf that's fitted, that's a bamboo fiber that feels like cotton, but it's very lightweight, and I don't feel any of that in these shirts.
Yeah.
So for me now, my new favorite is that kind of fabric, which has a lot of these properties.
Jen and I are number 9. We love it. We would buy it.
New favorite.
New favorite.
I didn't see it on the rack, I didn't get to
Isn't
it.
that, we love the size.
And the great placket under the arm. I mean, really good stretch for your swing.
Tapered on the sides, women love that.
And totally breathable
Love it.
and
We'll do it.
stylish.